What's up? What's up? What's up, my little juicers? I am on here tonight to talk about some things that you guys. How do I? No. Okay. But anyway, I don't know why I'm hearing two of myself. Oh my goodness. I'll fix it later. But anyway, guys, we're gonna sit and talk about these folks that you're gonna see on my screen. We're gonna start with Miss Robbie. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also and punch that notification bell. This is driving me crazy. Why? Okay, now that's better. Okay. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can be abreast of all our latest posts. So let's talk about Robbie. Miss Robbie. You know what, people? From the very start, something just did not ring true about this woman. I'm a very watch people type of person. I never felt that she was genuine and sincere. I just always felt like she's in it to win it. She's in it for herself. That there's something we're not getting. I know that's going to piss a lot of people off. But I just never got it from her. I never got that sincerity, like she was being real. I felt like she was hiding herself. And the more I think about the situation with her son, I feel like she is hiding herself. That Tim is like his mom. Now, she was robbed. Somebody robbed her house. This is what I'm basing it off, people. This is just me. But this is what I'm basing it off. I just feel like she was so mad at Andre that she forgot that it was her grandson, and that this child, it just never crossed her mind that he didn't do it. That her son, who robbed somebody, armed robbery, did 10 years. It just never crossed her mind that he could have been, he could be at the root of it. She just automatically thought that Andre did it. So Andre told her. Now, had he not told her, I might feel different. But he told her that your son is out to hurt me, to kill me. She didn't care about that. All she cared about was her stuff. And him coming back and taking this lie detector test to find out if he did it or not. Now, what I'm not saying and what I am about to say is that the family on Andre's side was privy to the conversation she had with Andre before he died, and which prompted him to go back to Missouri to take this lie detector test. They heard Miss Robbie cuss him out and tell him to get back. She didn't care what he was talking about as far as get me. All she cared was you get back here and take this test so I can get my stuff back and find out who did this. That's all she did. That's all I'm worried about. So he comes back and he gets killed. Miss Robbie has taken her son's side. There was a grieving process before her son was accused of it. Once her son became accused of it, we didn't see the same Robbie. We seen a Robbie that went instantly into mother mode. Not anybody taking nobody's role as a mother for granted here. When nobody else stand up for your kids, you should stand up for your kids. I'll do the same with mine. Okay? But there is a reality here. This kid, her son, has it in his wheelhouse to hurt folks. He'll help people up with guns and took their stuff. This is the type of mentality that he has. He's going to take what he wants. And we've seen that over and over again on the show. When he didn't get his way, he had a pissy fit. Miss Robbie know her son. She know he did this. And my mom told me and raised me and my siblings up on don't stand up for somebody when they're wrong. Let them know they're wrong. Don't look stupid trying to hold somebody up and they're wrong. And that's what she looks to me. She looks very ignorant. Knowing that her son did this. The evidence is stacked as high as the Sears Tower. As high as the moon hanging in the stars. In the sky. And she refused to believe. Not turn your back on your son in order to believe what he done and hold him accountable and responsible for what he done. Ain't nobody saying leave your son and everybody's against him, so I won't be against him. No, but admit to yourself and to the situation that he did it. This mother is grieving a child. She knows what that feels like. She lost her son, Andre's dad. But she comes across as if she don't care at all. Okay? All she cared about is mercy for Tim. But where was the mercy for Andre? His mother is never going to see him again. You can care about that and care about your situation and care about other people as well. Have some sympathy, some empathy. You know, it ain't too far-fetched for her to put her shoes on her feet and say, hey, I know what it's like to lose a child. But Miss Robbie ain't what I think she is. She's not. And then to her family say that he was not living well in St. Louis or Missouri, that he wasn't living well, that he was staying in this old little shack and sleeping on a mattress and just very not what they represented on television. Now, how did Miss Robbie not know that? I believe the family. Why would they lie? Why would this boy live a good life and go up there to Missouri and then come back and the family lie and say he wasn't living as well as we thought he was? Nope, not gonna happen. People, this woman right here on this screen has a lot to give account of. Miss Robbie, from day one, has wanted the limelight. Miss Arquette, or Ikette, and she was in a number of groups, you know, in her heydays. Song backup for many of artists. It doesn't appear that her music career played out the way she wanted to, but you have to look at behavior, the mentality of a person that wants to be in the limelight is mostly for them. And it's mostly how they come across in the limelight. And that's Robbie. That's Miss Robbie. Miss Robbie has instilled in Tim that in order to be something in this life, you have to go at it with all guns blazing. I'm not saying it's her fault that Andre's dead. What I'm saying is how we raise our kids, the way we show them to go, has a huge impact. You can't raise kids like one size fit all and say you got 4 kids and you raise them all on. No, some kids, you got to hold back. You got to be careful what you tell them. And Tim is that child. I think Tim killed Andre or had him killed because he was the only heir. Now Tim is the only heir. But Tim and Andre would have came into the $13 million that Miss Robbie is supposed to be worth. He wanted that all for himself. He probably gonna offer it too. I don't know. I don't want to be one of those people that sit on here and sound like a crazy person and blaming everybody for something. But you know what? The fruit don't fall too far from the tree. Tim Norman didn't happen in a vacuum. His mother and her tutelage, maybe she was compensated for the fact that she lost her son. But there is something about this woman that does not ring true to me. She has never seemed authentic. And especially when she got robbed and how all of that played out kind of made me more look at her like, she crazy. Okay, she's ignorant. Why think when you got a thief as a son, why would you think anybody else would steal from you? The closest person to you is a thief. Not only is he a thief, he's a violent thief. And to think that your grandson was running away from you, no. He was running away from Tim Norman. Because Tim Norman wanted to cover it up. And he knew if Andre passed that lie detector's test, the suspicion is going to fall on him. She knew somebody close to her that knew that money was in that house and knew what she was keeping in that house had to be the one to steal from her. But for her to treat Andre the way she did, and for her to have this facade that she's just Miss Mayberry, like Miss Marsha Brady or somebody, the sweetest thing. Look at this picture. The sweetest thing on earth. That's not Miss Robbie. I'm telling you guys. That's not her. You really find out who people are when stuff hit the fan. When stuff like this happens. Yep. She done forgot all about Mr. Andre. Andre was just a storyline. Because when it came up for her to stand up for him and be there for him, she wasn't. He told her he was scared. Did she talk to Tim? Did she stay with him and protect him? No. All I want you to do is come and take this test. Now, if the nephew knew that there was potential for harm due to Tim, how the mama ain't gonna know? Come on now. Miss Robbie is one of those people that she's not what she portrays herself to be. That's all I'm gonna say about that. She likes the limelight. She likes, look at her. She's about 80-some years old and she's still hanging on to yesterday. So it's all about pretense. It's all about how things look. Yeah. This is Miss Robbie. Let's take her down. Let's move to Mr. Puffy Combs. How do we get Miss Robbie off of here? Remove from Um, where's Miss Bobby at? How is she on here? How can you? Oh, that's why it's not on. Let me take it off of here. He was going to leave Puffy Combs, Bad Boys. I think it's Bad Boy. I don't even know the name of it. But she was going to leave his record company and go to another record company that was going to pay him upwards of $160 million for a record deal. But Puffy knew Puffy and Tupac was the truth. They were the truth. As far as people bought what they were selling. And Biggie, I looked at his documentary. He had a way of flowing, a way of rhyming. He had whole poetic charisma like you don't see with the average rapper today. Tupac the same way. These are two infamous, two highly talented people that end up losing their lives. And who is in the mix but Puffy Combs? They say Jay-Z might have had something to do with it as well. But the bodyguards for Puffy Combs are working with the FBI. And the reason why people's like, well, why are you bringing forth no evidence and you just saying all this stuff? The reason why is because you're working with the FBI. You can't take what the evidence they have and bring it to the forefront. They work in the backgrounds, and then all of a sudden you get an indictment, and all of a sudden you in court fighting the most serious battle of your life. That's how the FBI works. But these people have knowledge, inside knowledge, that's very credible to the prosecution of Puffy Combs. You heard it here first. Watch. Down the line, Puffy we're going to find out, has something to do with this. Because he thinks, he's a forward thinker. He knew what he had in the product with Biggie Smalls. And Biggie Smalls didn't want to be with him no more because he wasn't treating him right. Biggie Smalls had got in the business through Puffy Combs and finding out that Puffy Combs wasn't treating him right. So he wanted to get as far away from Puffy Combs as possible. But Puffy Combs is very smart. And he's a forward thinker. And he wasn't going to lose one of his number one artists. He sing dollar signs when he sing Biggie Smalls. And as well he should have. Well, he should have, because he lost a good thing. And he's still making money off Biggie Smalls. His mom is not enjoying the fruits of his labor to the extent where she should. Puffy Combs is the billionaire. Look at this face, y'all. Look at this face. Something don't ring true to me. And I do this for a living, is watch behaviors. And if the behaviors don't line up with what you're trying to sell, it's a no deal. Mace came out and said the same thing that Puffy was saying. Biggie Small was saying. This is a thief. More than a thief, he's a killer. He orchestrated the death of Biggie Smalls. And I believe that from the bottom of my heart. Because what do people do when they're going to lose all that they have? They make plans to stop it. He knew that he would make more money off of Biggie Smalls dead than alive. But he wasn't going to let Biggie Smalls go off to another record company and make them money. He got all the rights to all the music that Biggie Smalls ever put forth. And follow the money, people. Follow the money. This person is another person. She joins the ranks of Robbie Montgomery, Tim Norman's mom. They are not what they project themselves to be. We don't know these folks. But you can watch their behaviors. You can watch their behaviors. And you have no further to go than just the behaviors. To me, actions speak louder than words. His actions are speaking louder than words. So let's move on to our next person, Wendy Williams' son. Wendy Williams' son is, the older you get, the more you understand where you come from and what you've been through. Okay. This man, this child, and he is a man now, he's grown, he's 23 now, has been through a lot. With his mom's addiction, with his dad's shenanigans, and the climate at home. Wendy told us, guys, that she tends to isolate herself. She don't like people popping up at her house. She don't like people calling her on a regular basis. She likes to stay in her room. She make it seem like she watching TV, but actually she having some drinks and she using her drugs and she isolating. And that's what people do that use drugs. Isolate. Okay. This child has yet to tell the story that he's experienced in that home. He had to watch his father bully Wendy to get her to move in life, move forward in life. Wendy ain't no saint. She is not what we think she is. She's very talented. Puffy Combs is very talented. Robbie Montgomery is talented. I ain't gonna say very, but I mean, I don't know. I wasn't around with I Tina Turner days. But this kid done been through a lot, and he's speaking out, guys. He's talking about what it is he's experienced, what it is. He seems like it's the young out of the mouth of babes. Do we hear the truth? He realizes that his dad is not all of that he contributed negatively to this situation. He realizes that Serena Hudson contributed negative to the situation just by being with a married man. What made her think she can do that? Somebody would have been with Kevin, but why did she have to be the one? We're going to talk about her. For money. She wasn't in love with Kevin. From what I hear, it ain't much to love. Except the money that he was getting from Wendy. But this kid has a story to tell that we have yet. Just bits and pieces are falling out of the sky as far as what he experienced in that house. He had to watch his mom and dad fight and watch his dad be very rude and obnoxious to his mom. And then they try to overcompensate because they know that they're not pulling the weight with raising this kid. But now he's mad at Kevin, and he's mad at Wendy, and of course the insignificant nobody, Serena Hudson. They all contributed to the dysfunction of this child. We have yet to see how he's going to adjust, but he seems like he's a good boy. He seems like he got something going on, that he understands more than his age, But it's quite sad that we have to get bits and pieces of what he's gone through. He's talking out now, and he's saying what he witnessed. He's saying that everything that everybody's saying about his dad is true, but also everything that they saying about the mom is true as well. She had an addiction, people. Ain't nobody 100%. Everybody struggles. The kids are not exempt. You're a product of where you come from, but you can't control what it is and where it is you come from. But understanding, like he's demonstrating now, takes you a long way. Takes you a long way. Understanding that that's not my life. Those are grown folks. I had no control over grown folks. But he is confirming what I've been saying on this channel. Wendy couldn't do it by herself, and Kevin didn't do it right. So we have yet to hear the full story. And I think this kid comes across very well adjusted, and but we're gonna see how everything pans out, and he is well adjusted, and what else he got to say, and how it's going to affect his behavior moving forward. But he got two examples that he don't want to be. He already exhibits some signs of drug use, and it is genetic, people. It can be genetic, or it's due to mental health, or just any social economic reason why people fall into addiction. So we're not going to beat Wendy up because she has an addiction, because everybody has something. Everybody got something. Okay, hers just show on her sleep. But everybody's gambling or sleeping with men that beat them and just have to have a man. Just can't live life without a man. Gotta have one. Um, just be a victim in an abusive relationship. It's just the list goes on. I mean, of people's struggles. But this kid has his own struggles, and my heart goes out to him. My heart really does go out to him because he's experienced a lot and have seen a lot with two people that he's supposed to love the most. And now he's airing them out. Once you get a voice as an adult, it's hard to tame that voice. Can I light a cigarette, please? But anyway, I don't know, guys. These are people, the three people that we talked about. We talked about Robbie Montgomery. We talked about Puffy Combs, Sean Combs, or whatever he calling himself these days. And then we talked about Wendy Williams' son. These are people that are not what they project to be. And that should give you a clue as to, are any of us what we project ourselves to be? There's one person that we want to show the world, and there's one person that we are. And usually they're not the same. And rarely do we get to see the one. But if you pay attention to the behaviors, you see what's being hid. You see what's being hidden. You see people for what they really are. So yes, I am going to leave you with that. Like, share, and subscribe. I see this one person that's been on here since I started. Thank you for enduring. And there's another person that keep going in and out. But we are growing over here. It's a slow process, but hey, I'm paying my dues. And I'm very humble. I just don't want to sit here and talk about people, but I want to shed some type of education. I want to edify people and things that we can learn from people. With Miss Robbie, we learning that how we raise our kids have a direct impact on the people that they grow up to be, and the decisions that they make. And then with Puffy Combs, good can seem evil. That smile is very attractive, very appealing. But them eyes and those behaviors say evil. And then we have the son, Wendy's son, Kevin. Okay, so like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And I am going to see you guys on the flip side of life. Okay? Love ya.